begin to shift because my test measures my resistance. My embarrassments reveal my trust, humility, and my flaws. My approval from God indicate that my purpose has not ended. And as long as I have the approval, I don't have to stay embarrassed and I don't have to worry about the test, because all three are going to make me better. My test is going to bring me and show me how God can bring me into victory. My embarrassment is going to show me how I can recover, and my approval is going to prove that God is on my side. And so regardless of it, I can come through my situation and not worry about it, because I am convinced that he who is able to, who as I serve, is able to keep me from falling and to present me faultless. God controls everything. God always offers personal participation as an ingredient to our advancement. He puts us in the process and in the posture that no matter what we go through, if we just take a step, look at somebody and say, just go and take that step. Need not to worry about who's stepping with you. You got to just go ahead and take a step. You got to take a step and take a step past where you are and get to where you have to get next, because every step is going to bring you brand new opportunity. When you step into it, your moves are going to move and demonstrate a new expression in you. When you believe God, you're going to say, I trusted him, and you can turn around and say, I trusted him and it worked for me. Anybody who can testify you trusted God and it worked for you. It works. Can I tell y'all it works? Can I share with you it works? It's just sometimes I don't get it. I don't get how we can be in church for years and not understand what a walk in faith can do. When you really start believing God, you really start trusting God, just one step into a place, God opens the pathway of opportunity, and he begins to do things for you that you can never do for yourself. Sometimes all he wants you to do is go ahead now, take the step. Look at somebody, say, go on, take the step. Take the step. Stop worrying about what people think about you. Stop worrying about whether you are approved or if you are accepted by everybody. Take the step. Know who you are. Know where you are. The longer you live, you know that there's a lot of journeys you've had to take by yourself. Why you think you can't take this one by yourself? Why you think you can't get past this by yourself? Listen here, you got to know that before you join the team, you need to know your own gifts, your own possibilities. You need to bring everything you got to the table. You need to not just show up and be a burden on somebody. You need to show up and say, I got something to offer. I'm a part of this because I'm going somewhere. I'm about to do something, because we got to get over our fights with ourselves so we can get where we need to get next. Understand this, you are the only one that can pull on your own future. Look at your neighbor and say, you are the only one that can pull on your own future, and understanding that God will bring it to you, but you got to actually put it on. You can pull on it, you can then wear it, and then after you wear it, and let me say this to you, after you wear it, you got to wear it with dignity and with grace. When God gives you an opportunity to tap into something, stop being embarrassed because you're blessed. I mean, you don't have to hold back who you are because people can't get ready for the blessing that's on your life. I said this some time ago, favor's not new to you. Look at your neighbor and just tell them favor's not new to you. Favor's not new to you, and you need to act like favor's not new to you. You didn't just bounce in here and appear here to be who you are today. God has taken you through some stuff to get you to where you are. Listen, see, what freeze is to wind, what cold is to ice, what heat is to fire, what honey is to a bee, what wet is to water, what sweet is to sugar. That's what favor is to you. When you know who you are, my God, you start acting like it. I got something to offer. Y'all ought to help me here and tell somebody I got something to offer. Don't mess up my gift. Don't mess up who I am. I'm undeniably connected and irresistibly attached. And because of it, God has always given me a chance to do better than I did last time. Oh, anybody here happy about the fact that God has given you a chance to do better than you did last time? My God, others will try to hold you back. Others will try to keep you down. But God always shows his strength in you and shows that he's able to keep you from falling. This is why I don't care where you are, God saves the winner's circle for his own children. The winner's circle belongs to God. So I don't care, they might be ahead of you now, but at the end, my God. Somebody say, you're going to win this thing. This is why I'm saying team up. Come on, talk to somebody. Say team up, team up. There are benefits with this team. There are benefits with this team. There are benefits with this team. Can I share something with you? You count because you matter, not because you have a need. God loves you just because you mean something to him, not because you're going through. That's why you don't need to just bring him your need and not bring him your gifts. Bring him every bit of you and say, God, here I come. This is all of me. I got some extra stuff. But you can throw away anything don't match where we're getting ready to go next. But help me become who I need to be, God, because I see a future and I want to be wrapped up in what your promise and your blessing is for me. I don't want to miss the opportunity to tap into the next blessing that you've ordained for our life. And so now here we are in the room here together on Sunday morning on Father's Day. And I just need to know who's on the team. Is there anybody in here that can say, I'm on the team, I'm on the... Why don't you find somebody else and just tell them I'm on the team? If you ain't on the team, you need to get on the team, because, listen here, you got to share this thing. We got too much to get to, too far to experience, too much to see, and we know that God is about to bless us in a tremendous way. Look at somebody and say, get on the team. We got some folk been on the team a long time. Their brother Denton over there, he's 93 years old, Deacon out here, Lord, 92 years old. They've been on the team a long time. How long are you going to hold on? Because, see, the older you get, the deeper you ought to get in the team. You ought to be saying, listen here, I'm here for a reason. I got a cause and an effect. I got to press my way because I got some great things that are about to happen. Somebody shout glory in here. So when you're on the team, I'm not talking about any kind of team. I'm talking about God's competent and ready team. Sit down, y'all. Sit down for a minute. Someone say God's competent and ready team. This is not a team of airheads and people who don't know why they're here. This is not a team of people who are still trying to discover and find out themselves and wrap themselves around the realities of others because they don't know enough about themselves. This is not a team of mimickers, of people who feel like they got to practice doing what everybody else does because that's the only way they're going to have any success. This is a team of people who are individuals, who recognize their giftings, who have their own uniqueness, who know they are fearfully and wonderfully made, who are not ashamed to demonstrate the excellence that's inside of them. But more than anything else, this is also a team of people who are ready for things around them to be real. Now here's the shift here, because the shift is that there are many who are still playing games with life and they need to be entertained all the time, and if it's not entertaining them, it's not fun to them. But people who are ready to be real, they don't always need entertainment. Because people who are real are people who want the substantive things of life to be the essence of the things that they experience. And anything else is part of their, y'all know, DDT, their dumbed down time. It's things that they do just to relax their mind from all the tenacious and the continual functioning of productivity that they operate in on a normal basis. Because when you're productive all the time, you do need a break from the work of it, just so that you can refuel yourself. But you shouldn't be refueling all the time and you have done no work. That's like somebody in the house who eats the most food but never buys anything. I know y'all would understand it that way. Somebody who drinks up all your stuff, but they hide their stuff. That's that kind of thing here. Because see here, we're looking for some people who understand this is a team deal. Look at somebody say, this is a team deal. We got to share this thing. We got too much we have to do together for us to fool around and let ourselves become separate by the ideas and by the things that we face. And so we have to understand that we live in a society of extreme exposure. And the majority of everything that comes out of the closet appears to be cosmetically adorned. What I mean by that is that you can have a real interaction and have a real touch, and you can have real communication and still not have a real relationship. You can have people who will interact with you, people who will reach out and touch you, people who will communicate with you and not tell you what their real intentions are. You can go through all of that and not have a real relationship. What kind of super powerful discernment will it take to finally meet some real people? What will it take to finally meet some people who are sure to who they are in God, who when the issue comes, you can count on them to pray for you and to pray with you? What kind of people are you going to have to run into who you can share your path with and who will say, I'll pray with you and I'm going to tell you the truth about where you are, and I'm going to listen to God, and I'll be honest with what's getting ready to happen next. How many times do you have to be hurt before you get a chance to have a real relationship? This is where I am. Or can you have a real relationship with anybody who has the capability to hurt you and still remain vulnerable to them? Here is the whole deal here. Because see, if you're not open to being able to trust God with everything in your life, you're not free to have the fullness of everything God wants you to have. Because in all honesty, nobody in humanity that you turn yourself over to is not going to at some point offend you. They're always going to offend you, going to get on your nerves. They're going to do something you didn't expect. They're going to put something in your way that you wouldn't anticipate. And you have to decide, can I hang with this, even though this ain't what I signed up for? Oh, y'all looking at me crazy. But I need you to know that nobody comes without a wrestling match in life and in relationship. Everybody's got to go through some particular issues, and you got to decide, what is it going to take for me to stand? Come on, why don't you say that to yourself? What is it going to take for me to stand? How long will I take things before I take a stand and move forth into other areas? Because my witness is in heaven and my record is on high. I know y'all don't like this kind of talk, because we are real quick to make sure we write off anything we don't like and anybody we don't want to talk to. But the truth is, sometimes God connects you with your future, and your future is contaminated when you met it. And sometimes you got to wrestle through some things and understand that it's not your obligation always to hook up and to stick and to be wrapped up into something that is bringing you down. But sometimes God gives you the assignment to bring up what wouldn't get up unless they met you. And when they get a chance to get up, God will free you. But you got to make sure you do your part of bringing them where they're supposed to be, or you have wasted the reason why God hooked you together from the beginning. I know I ain't got no friends talking like this. This is why we sometimes get it messed up, because everybody you're in a relationship with ain't your partner. Everybody in a relationship not tied to your destiny, or not wrapped up in the essence of supposed to be in total covenant relationship where you're in personality raised. This is why I always say, God, give us in the instance of our relationship, hook us up with divine partnerships more than personal relationships. Because sometimes we make personal what God wants to be divine, and when we make it personal before it can get divine, now it's contaminated. And when we try to make it divine, we have a hard time getting over the issues that's become personal, because we have already contaminated with stuff that we shouldn't have been in from the beginning. I ain't got no friends. I just got to talk. Now we got to wrestle with soul ties and whether we like each other and how we going to stay together after we've gone this far in relationship. Oh, we real quiet. We having real church now. That's why I'm asking you, who team you on? Unless your name say, who team you on? You got to make up in your mind, if you on the Lord's side, you got to treat people right even if they've done you dirty. Oh, y'all need to hear me. All of us got this get back, they got to pay, this kind of spirit. You need to drop that foolishness. You got to understand that there's a time that you got to give love just like God gives love. There's a time you got to forgive just like God forgave you. There's a time you got to let it go just like God let it go on you. Because if God didn't let it go for you, you would be dead already. Ask your neighbor, who team you on? Who team you on? I don't know why God is taking me this way. Let me take my glasses off and get out that message. How can it be possible that you can ascend to high posture and position and elevation in ministry and wear the title and wear the demeanor and wear the ministry so large and you can't stand who you're around? You got to be the first one to get over what you don't like. Oh, y'all need to help me preach here. I need some ministry alliance folk to tell somebody you got to be the first ones to get over who you can't get, who did you dirty. You got to be the first ones to say, listen here, I forgive you. It don't matter. All that counts is we do what God wants us to do. We in this place because God's got us on assignment. Let's do what we called to do and let's make it happen because this is where we are and God placed us here. This ain't no time we sit around mad at each other over position, posture, who said what, who did this prayer that way, who spoke loud, who didn't speak loud, who got a turn, who did not get a turn. Foolish, 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 foolish. That ain't the team. That ain't the right team. We gotta hike at the same time. We gotta go forth at the same time. All of us gotta run the play at the same time, or we gonna lose this down. I came this Empowerment Sunday to tell you I don't care what you did before today, but today is the day you need to get on the team. Talk to your neighbor and just say, neighbor, this is the day to get on the team. This is not the day you get back and whisper about what didn't happen, who's doing what, how things need to take place. Get on the team. If it ain't happening, you know how it's supposed to happen, make it happen. Sit down, y'all. I got to get y'all out of here. I just need some folk that's on the team. Give some folk a high five and tell them I'm on the team. I'm on the team. Show the devil up. Show the devil up. He thought you was a traitor. Show the devil up. He thought you were a turncoat. Show the devil up. He thought you wasn't serious. Show the devil up. Tell somebody, I'm on the team. Sit down, y'all. Let me try to get through with it.